What's up, everybody? This is Tall Kyle. My interview with Pop Austin Media is live now. You click the link below, go watch it. We talk about crazy stuff. I talk about my work on the Trump campaign. It's fantastic. You'll love it.
This is Jet with Pop Austin Media, and I got hip-hop artist Tall Kyle in the building. How's life, my guy?
Life is life. Ups, downs, trials, tribulations. You get fat, you get skinny.
For you, you're always up, though, because you tall.
I stay up. Bro.
You stay up.
I got one up on everybody.
You got one up. Yeah, you forced to be up. That's funny. Let's start from the beginning, though. Where you originally from?
I'm from Bulverde, Texas.
Oh, I ain't even never heard of that place.
Bulverde's like, it's real rural. I grew up in the country, like north of San Antonio. Like the closest gas station was like a 15-minute drive.
Damn, that's tough.
I grew up real rural.
So how was childhood in rural Texas?
Well, it was, for me, I mean, it was fine because I never got molested or anything. I'm not like traumatized or anything. But, there were suburbs and stuff that went to the school that I went to. So I was very socially like awkward, and I didn't really like have like friends and stuff because everybody like, they would ride the school bus together and they all know each other. They live next door. I grew up like in the sticks. Me and my sister always describe our childhood as like we were just sitting there in the grass with a stick and just like waiting for something to happen.
Oh man.
But it helped mold me, and it actually led me into hip hop,
So how did you get into hip hop? Well, actually, hold on. So what high school did you go to?
I went to Smithson Valley High School.
And then you that's where you graduated from. And
yeah.
Then
Anybody that watches this from San Antonio, all 12 people that watch it, they'll hear that and be like, Smithson Valley, like, fuck this dude.
Oh.
People hate on Smithson Valley.
Is it like the rivalry school in a sense?
Well, it's just San Antonio is the city.
Yeah.
And then all the white country like assholes, like rich people, like privileged people are up there.
Got it. Makes sense.
I grew up more middle class, but.
I know.
We're the most hated for sure. Most hated.
Yeah,
in San Antonio.
Snobby motherfucker.
Yeah, that was us.
Man.
Not me.
No.
They didn't like me. They didn't like me either. They didn't like me either.
That's funny, man. So then I guess the crowd you hung out with, you did your own thing. You probably more the loner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And I had like friends here and there and stuff, but
I'm not saying you didn't have no friends, but like you said, you was in the school.
Yeah, I spent most of my time by myself. It's once I could drive, I worked at a HEB that's near the UTSA campus, and I worked with like some college guys, and I would hang out with them a lot.
Oh yeah.
I mean they were all like pretty hood. They were like from Houston, and like it was me and my buddy Tanner, and like we were just the white kids that they fucked with. That like we always had weed and stuff. So like they're like, man, all right, whatever.
It's a plus.
Yeah, exactly. So we were just like we would just go to parties with them and just kind of like tag along and stuff, and like that was the first real like camaraderie where it was like people like trying to like actually like fuck with me.
Oh, that's dope. Like you said, you were more with some OGs in the sense of not the most. I mean, like you said, they were college.
Yeah. To me, as a 16-year-old white kid from Bulverde,
exactly. Yeah.
These dudes from Houston, I'm like, these guys are awesome. They get in fights.
They get in fights, bro. That is funny. Is that what got you into hip hop though? Was it before?
Before that, yeah. I mean, once we got the internet, because like I said, I grew up like real rural. Once we got the internet, I would just I always liked rap. Because I grew up so rural, and I was around all these like country people or like well-off people, and I didn't fit in with them at all.
You resonated to the hip hop, right?
I just liked it because it was different. I didn't know anybody that looked like these people. I thought they were cool. Obviously, like hip hop is fucking cool. That's a rapper's number one job, is to say cool shit. And I was like, man, I want to be like that. And I would just put on beats and I would like just like freestyle to myself. And I got into it because it was like a space where I didn't have to be me. Because I didn't really like I was a sad kid, and it was just this space where I didn't have to be me. And we were talking before we started recording, it takes 10,000 hours. Like a lot of my hours that I put into this was just me, like literally for hours on end, just freestyling. And it was probably trash. It was definitely trash, 100%.
But you were sharpening your skills though.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You don't just wake up, these basketball players don't wake up with a basketball and just be like, oh, Curry wasn't just cash like that.
He plays like he was.
Yeah, he does.
It seems like it.
How many hours he had to air ball probably in order to even get the shots right and everything.
Hell yeah.
It's the same way. Who was your influence? Like, do you have any? Who's your top hip hop?
Guess. You guess.
Eminem.
Yes, sir.
Oh, see, I wanted to say
He
it.
didn't want to.
I
was
wanted to, but I was like, I have a feeling he's throwing me for a curveball.
No. You just didn't want to be the white guy. That's like you want it to be some illusion. Like not all white guys like Eminem. No, bro. He already knows.
Eminem's the guy. He is
Yeah.
though. He's the GOAT. That's fun.
But Eminem, Dre, 50 Cent, Exhibit. I don't know exactly what
You like the
niche
aftermath?
you would call that. Yeah, all that. That I really gravitated towards that. And Eminem, for obvious reasons, but 50 Cent, man, like I was just like, fuck, like this dude is like.
Oh, when
he's
Em and then
super
50
OG,
came on the
bro.
scene, that was you had to, like you said, to be there to know that was different.
Yeah, and just as a kid, like just watching that, like it was just crazy. Like G-Unit, like seeing 50 with like the bulletproof vest and like
Bulletproof car, everything.
Yeah,
Bulletproof
dude.
everything.
It's funny. Obviously, like the trap rap and like the super gangster stuff is like heavier now than it's ever been. But like, I think that was like the start, or maybe it wasn't the start, but there was something to that. 50 Cent was like legitimately like, I don't know, maybe it was just me and I was a big fan.
They put it on MTV, something like they'd never seen before. Back in the day, NWA, they was trying to put a stop to those guys, where they kind of embraced 50 Cent. It seemed like
That's a much more articulate way of getting to. I guess I would never have worded it like that, but that's exactly right. It was corporate music business and mainstream, like actually like welcoming the gangster rap with open arms. And there was something a little different too. I think like NWA, the vibe, and like Ice-T, low level street stuff, right? Like low level thug stuff, not this like larger than life stuff. 50 was kind of getting to bridging into.
Well, you had Pac too, and
Yeah.
Pac was the one that really did the heat, like big shit. And then I think that's when they finally looked at Pac after he passed, like we need another one of these. 50 Cent, let's get this. I think it just kind of happened that way.
Yeah, there was a hole. There was a hole left in hip hop. I mean, I'm a little too young for that, but there had to have been a hole left after Big left, and I guess Jay-Z would fill that. I'm sure there's somebody that would be like, no, you're wrong, but I could see 50
right.
Cent being the filler.
He is the
for
filler.
Tupac.
Definitely the filler after that.
especially with the amount of records he sold. Guy went
The
diamond.
hell yeah, that
a new artist doing that. That's like rare.
It's never been replicated, has it?
Well, for your first album,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I think M went diamond on this first, but it not.
Yeah,
I think,
well, I mean, after from 50, I don't think there has.
But when it came out.
Yeah, when it came out, yeah, I don't think there's been something since. It's
Guns N' Roses had like the highest. So I don't know if that was their debut album, but that's the only album I think that sold higher than Get Rich or Die Trying, which I still listen to this day. That album's fucking amazing.
Fire.
If in all of it aged amazingly, but High All the Time, that song aged so. That shit sounds like it came out like
played
not
it every
that long ago.
420 every time
Yeah.
you're smoking. What do you think about being a white rapper nowadays, especially? You got
Being a
Mr.
rapper
Harlow out here with his KFC meal, which is crazy.
I like Jack Harlow.
I do too, but the KFC.
I won't
meal.
lie, I support a rapper if they're white just because they're white.
For real?
Yeah, I'm just like, I fuck with you. Like if they're like high level, not like people like just around me, but I'm just like, I fuck with you.
I've always been
'Cause
really overcritical of a white rapper for some reason, and I rock with
That's
your
why.
music, though.
That's why I do it though.
Yeah,
because I used to be like that
yeah,
too.
I'm like,
you have to. But you have to understand. Like for me, it's like I don't want to be that because I don't want somebody to do that to me. So,
I
like,
get it,
you just,
but
you
I
just
mean,
get
it
the
is
love.
what it is. You gotta, it's just like, hey, you gotta represent, and then you're like, okay, yeah, they're nice. All right, appreciate it.
Pretty much, and that's even frowned upon. Like people will be like, what? White people representing white people, like, okay, sorry, I gotta fucking run with my team. I didn't pick it.
Well, I know it sounds bad, but
Sorry.
it's like,
I'm not gonna shit on white people just because it's popular to do now. Like, yeah, fuck us. Like,
exactly right. I know that's true.
My mom's white. She's so nice. Like,
yeah, I'm a good person. I'm a good white person. That's funny. Well, I mean, I hate to just bring this part up, but it's like you see a school shooting, you already know it's gonna be a white folks. So it's like we got already enough bad rap. We
Wasn't
need some
the
good
last person,
representation.
the last one in Uvalde was white? I thought it was a Hispanic person.
Hispanic, but most of the time the ratio is so damn high for white people that's doing it.
Well, yeah, but there's also like 60-70% white people in America.
Yeah, it's true. That's what it's gonna be. But that's just funny though that we say that. That's hilarious. And I guess the name Tall Kyle. How tall are you?
Like
Tall
6'6", 6'7", something like that.
Can you hoop?
Nope.
Can you dunk?
Trash. No.
No
I
jump or
could dunk
nothing?
for a little bit. There was like, I think when I was like 19 or 20, I could dunk. But no.
Was
trash.
it rim grazing or was it you getting it?
it's pretty good.
There you
It was
go.
an aggressive layup. Very aggressive layup. No, I'm trash, bro. I just I've always been like lazy. I never really like physically. I never really like put a lot into athletics. I always liked basketball and I played as a kid, but like once I started going to like UTSA summer basketball camp, and then there was like other 15-year-olds dunking on me and putting their dick in my face. I was like, I think I'm gonna try and be funny or rap or something. I don't really think that I don't like dick. I don't think enough for basketball.
You know what's funny is if you like pulled up and you know just because you're tall, people pick you, and then you know be like, oh, you're gonna be nice, and then just be straight trash on purpose.
Dude,
Be like the worst.
and weak in the paint. That was the worst part, is that I'm weak in the paint. And then like, you know, ballers are just like you said, they like, if they either want me on the team or if I'm not on their team, they're like, I'm gonna dunk on him.
Yeah, I got
I'm
him.
like, oh, I'm getting dunked on. Stop.
That's funny. One of these days you get a block, you be like, yeah, son.
Yeah. Oh, and also, I'm a sore like winner and loser. Like I could play trash all game, and if I get one block, I'm just like, fuck you. Your family is bitch made.
No, you got to do that. That makes it fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you don't, you're like, oh, you got to show some emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what makes it fun. That's hilarious. All right, correct me if I'm wrong. Casino told a story about you made a crowd, like, I think, did he entice like not a riot, but like something with the crowd? Damn, what was the story?
A vaccine or
Oh yeah, I'll
something.
tell that story.
Yeah, which is-
I fucking love that story.
Oh, I think it was hilarious. But
So we opened up for, what's his name? I know I have his face in my fucking head. He's like an old R.A. the Rugged Man.
Okay, yeah. I know,
Yeah.
all right, Rugged Man, yeah, no.
I never really listened to him. Anyways,
I know of him.
yeah, he's trash. No, he's he's really good at rapping, but it's just not what I listen to at all. But we opened up for R.A. the Rugged Man, and it was the first show where like not the first one, but it was like the first week or so where COVID restrictions were lifted, where we could do shows. So it was sold out at Flamingo Cantina. Have y'all been there? Yeah. It was sold out at Flamingo Cantina, and like it's wall to wall. Like that place filled out. Like you guys know because you've been there. It's pretty packed, and I was just like, oh shit, and like I hadn't been around that many people all at once, which is fine. I don't get nervous about that. But like, you know, during quarantine, I hadn't been around it, and then it was a bunch of people I know, and it was like, hi, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like,
just like
I don't even remember this.
It's like night and day switch.
Yeah,
now,
dude.
right?
But it was sold out, and you know, people were like wearing masks and stuff, and I was like, wow, that's gay. But I was on stage and I just felt it overcome me, and I just had to troll the audience. And like one of my buddies was out in the crowd, and I knew he would fuck with it, and I was like, make some noise, Flamingo Cantina. It's like, make some noise if you got vaccinated. Like, yeah. And I'm like, you're all fucking retarded. And then people were like, oh. So we were like looking at me like all like tight. Like I'm like, bro, like you're not gonna like get in an altercation with me over a shot. Like I just know you're not. So like, what are we doing? But I could tell some people got tight, but it was funny. It was funny. They didn't expect it. I trolled them. I got them so good.
Casino said he was sitting back. He was just like, oh, damn, did he just say that? He was like, he did just say that. He was like, well, I guess we got to get ready for it. What's going to happen now?
Casino's new to the crew. Everybody else already knows what the fuck it is with me because like they're around me. And like I say whatever I want online, but like I'm toned down online, and I'm toned down right now. But yeah, he didn't know. He's not like, you know, I've known Jason and Big Mike and Sil for like years. But yeah, I still don't really know Casino that well. And as we get to know each other, like I know he's just whatever he's expecting, like it's not that. I'm 1-on-1. I'm a fucking anomaly.
It was hilarious though. He was just like, well, I guess we got to get ready to do what we got to do now. It's like
funny,
whatever comes to us.
Right after that show, it was last year, like around this time, and it was like Pride Month or whatever. And I got on stage and I was like, as you guys know, this month is a very special month for me. Well, really, it's actually a special 3 months because it's White Boy Summer. And you're like, oh, like, you know, Austin. They hated that in Austin, but
that's hilarious.
I gotta troll the people, you know. I gotta troll the people.
It's a joke. That's hilarious. CHHK, what does it mean to you? And how long you been rocking with them?
It's the cult of habitual hallucination consumers. Even though
You
K starts with a C.
Yeah. Well, yeah, CHHK. You got it.
But I did the K. Well, whatever.
Yeah, you
Nah,
did it.
CHHK is College of Hip Hop Knowledge. It's a label.
I'm saying, what does it mean to you though? Like, because I know what CHHK.
Oh, that's my
is.
brothers.
Yeah. What does it mean to you though?
That's my brothers. Like, my very first show that I did was in San Antonio, and I met Jason and Big Mike, who owned CHHK. That was before CHHK's inception. And they just right away, they were like, "You want to do shows?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. Like, thank you for the opportunity." And I have a project called Tall Tales that, I mean, Jason records all my shit now pretty much. But before the label even started, I was like, man, I got this project. I want to record. I was like, I can't afford any studio time. He's like, come out to my crib and I'll record it for you. This is years ago. So that's family. Jason and Big Mike are like my brothers. They look out for me. Jason especially, like, he's somebody that I go to. Like, beside, like, I don't care about music. Like I mean, I do care about it, but what I'm saying right now,
you can go to him.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good dad, and he's one of the very few people who, like, I hang on their every word because, like, he has a life that I want. I love his home. His wife is delightful. You know, he's a loving father. Like, he's actually somebody. He has a framing business that he owns. You know, like building home. Yeah, and he's one of the few people that I like really genuinely respect, and I'm like, I want to have all the stuff that you have. You know,
shouts out to Jason.
That's my big bro.
Shouts out to him. Shouts out to all the.
He's one of those people, like, no matter whatever happens, like, I'll never say fuck Jason or anything. Like, if they kick me out of CHHK, or not that anybody has said that they want to do that, but anything,
hypothetically speaking,
I would never, no matter what happens, like, no matter what Jason ever says or does, like, you will never see me on a podcast or anything ever talking bad about him, ever. That's my he's day one.
Dope.
That's a good man.
That's my guy. All right, correct me if I'm wrong. Did you have a thing called Mount Vernon?
Mm-hmm.
Was that your last project? Like,
yeah, that's
full length?
It's not even a full length, really. It's just like 7 tracks.
EP,
but
you know what I mean. Hell, nowadays.
That's full length to me.
What's a full length project nowadays? Anywhere from 8 to 12 to maybe they'll do it 19 or something, depending on the artist. But talk about that, and then talk about if you got anything coming up.
Mount Vernon was my most recent project that I put out with the label. You good? What's wrong? Too bad.
She's gonna be a star. Man, I can already tell she's hilarious. We're almost done. We won't hold you captive too much longer. Baby. Look at her. Now real different when the camera's there.
My little stinker.
See, now you can see how you act. No, I'm messing with Go ahead.
Yeah, Mount Vernon was my most recent project. It's very, like, my influences for that were very, like, MF Doom. I went on a deep dive with Doom because I didn't listen to Doom until he died.
I mean, and that's just real. Some artists, I do the same thing too. I'm like, let me listen to them now that they're passed, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I was just like, fuck. I was like, this is so, like, it's almost like he doesn't even care.
No, he didn't give it.
I know.
He was
and
different.
I've adopted that so much. Like,
he was in that Eminem class of they don't give a shit.
Yeah, he was on another level, just a different type of MC. But yeah, Mount Vernon, it's got some cool songs. That's probably my favorite project, and it's not super, like, personal and deep. There's a couple of songs on there that are, but, like, I'm just rapping. Like, it's just bars.
Oh yeah,
but that's my favorite project. But that's my last thing I put out with CHHK. I work with a producer named Chase Dwayne, and he's my buddy from New Braunfels, but he moved out here too, to Austin. But I've been working with him, and we put out our first mixtape called Six Pack, but we did it on his spot, or his, like, artist profile on Spotify and Apple Music and everything. We did it on his. But yeah, Mount Vernon was that's my most proud project that I have on there. I have a song called Lost in It with UFO. Mm-hmm. And he snaps on that song. His verse is way better than mine, but that's probably the best song that I've ever made. If you're watching this and you want to see what my artistry is about, if you want to see a real MC, a lyrical legacy, the fucking a wordsmith. Nah, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, hey, talk your stuff. That's how
but-
you do it.
No, I actually hate when people say shit like that.
Oh yeah, they go on all out and try to be too intricate. The lyrical, blah blah.
This is
blah.
my lyrical legacy.
That's
Lyrical, miracle, spiritual, individual, ever since middle school. You got ridiculed because your dick was too minuscule. It was 2 inches too.
oh, there he
Bars.
is.
Nah, just kidding.
Multiple
I don't
syllables
really rap
on
like,
them boys.
Yeah, if this is the first time you see me, I don't really rap like that. It's
she's
more-
like, Dad. She's like, he did another one. What do you think of the Austin music scene?
it's pretty
Speaking of-
lame.
Think so?
Yeah, it's pretty whack.
I know we were talking a little bit about this before, and you just said that there needs to be more of a presence with these artists. What do you think?
I think that there's not enough like hip hop actual culture in Austin. I think that the people that live in Austin, like they moved here like for tech stuff, or they're like yuppie, like like more like hipster type people, or they're like more what's the word where you wear like a polo, preppy or
Prep, yeah.
stuff like that.
Preps, yeah.
Yeah, it's more stuff like that. So like the music doesn't resonate, and it's not like an actual sound of the city. And I don't think that there is a definitive Austin sound. I think that's a big problem. There's no, and even with all, if you could poke holes in that, but there's also, like I told you, there's no lore. There's nothing around an artist. Most people are pretty boring, myself included. But I also like, I don't know. I'm trying to like. I'm just rapping. Like I said, like I got into doom, and I was just like, man, like really, like all I give a fuck about is like spitting bars. Like I'm grateful for all the opportunities I get. You know, we're going on tour on Monday. We're gonna be gone for 2 weeks and going to New Mexico, Cali, Arizona. But like, to be honest, I didn't put in enough work to like get to that. I know there's artists that work harder than me. I get a little bit better opportunities than like people at my level. You know, I'm not doing shit. I work a fucking regular job. But yeah, there's just I trailed off a little bit, but
No, you said there's just not enough. In a sense, you said not enough lore. And
yeah,
you think
there's
that
nothing
people
around the artist. And nowadays people don't become a fan of the music first. They become a fan of the person, and then they become a fan of their whole product. Who they are as a person is just as much of a part of the product as the music, if not more. And
Cardi B is a perfect example.
yeah, and that's when I realized that, I was like, I'm not gonna try and do that. Like I don't want to like. And it happens when I'm writing. I'm like, well, fuck, I've been listening to like Riff Raff or Shakewell or something. Like I'm gonna write a song that's like more aggressive, and like, oh, I got this gun and this and that. And I'm just like, I don't want to do all the stuff surrounding it to sell that. I'd rather just make stuff.
Be you.
Exactly. I'm trying to just be me, and if people fuck with it, then great. You know, I don't think that it's a daunting task for an artist to get a fan base, but to like, if you think that you're gonna make it, like, I hope that you're super attractive, and I hope that somebody has a lot of money to put behind you. Watch out, baby. It's getting really hot.
Exactly. I mean, super, yeah. And it's and you gotta be, and then it's not even easy for these girls too either. But you know,
no, and that's the
same
thing. The thought rapper is a whole new thing, you know. And I don't follow hip hop closely enough to like keep up with everybody, but like I noticed the trend, and just recently, Lotto's big song that she has, Big Energy. That song is fire. That song's so good.
No, yeah, I've heard it.
But I checked her out, and I like just looked on her Instagram, and I like watched a couple music videos, and I was like, oh, like this really is the next thing, like the thought rapper, because what we're sitting there consuming it, like I just said, it's more than the music, it's the whole package that we're getting delivered.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want to hear a guy talk about getting his dick sucked, or do you want to hear? Sorry, baby. Do you want to hear about a guy getting his D-est? Yeah. Or do you want to hear like a girl like talking about that stuff? Like, like realistically,
you want to hear
what's
WAP?
more importantly?
You don't want to hear WAP, or you don't want to hear DAP. You want to hear WAP.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What do you want to listen to? And especially if you're sitting there watching a video, like I don't want to see some dude like talking to me. Like I'd rather see a girl. This is very surface level, you know, like my monkey brain. Like I'd rather like
just breaking it down to a simple terms is 100%.
But I don't even look at that as a bad thing, because for a long time I've looked at it like, okay, the more I learn about the industry, the more I realize it's a giant pyramid scheme. You just have to have money to thank you so much. You just have to have money to put behind it, and that's why all your rappers and some retard that's talking about killing people and selling bricks and stuff, and it's you know, your criticisms of that are valid. Like this is trash. It's vulgar. It doesn't have a message. Whatever. It's redundant because a lot of that stuff sounds the same. I like a lot of that shit, But you know, people point to that like is why like hip hop's not good anymore, or like why hip hop's dead. But those are the guys that have money behind it because they do drug dealing. And then you have dorks like Chance the Rapper or Childish Gambino.
Logic.
And if I'm, you know, Logic, for all those guys are more talented than me, and I think all those guys are cool. For the record, I'm not some loser in Austin that thinks that he's better than people that are famous. But you have these dorks, and then they have money behind them because their families all have money. Like all those guys, their families are in the music industry and stuff. So that's what you get propelled is you have drug dealers, and then you have these dorks, and like there's no like, even if they're rapping about street shit, there's no like lane for like regular people. Like you're not gonna blow up off your talent. You know,
You gotta have something else. Yeah, I feel you. I think that can happen. It's just once it happens, I think it'll be a renaissance of the middleman can actually get that because everybody can relate to the middleman.
and I think we're seeing kind of
Like J. Cole is the middleman.
J. Cole's amazing.
So that's somebody that I can put in that lane. Kendrick even middleman type. So I think
Well, I don't know what kind of money that those guys had behind them, but I definitely put those two artists in a league of their own, especially for the era that they're in. If somebody came up to me and was like, Kendrick and J. Cole are the two best rappers alive, I'd be like, okay, cool.
I know it's
I'm
gonna
not
be.
gonna argue with that
Yeah,
at
you
all.
can be like, I can
Okay.
see that for sure. That's I rock with them. Where can we find you at on social media?
You can follow me at Tall Kyle 830 on Instagram, Tall Kyle 830 on Twitter. I don't really get on there. You can add me, Tall Kyle, on Facebook, but I'm in Facebook jail all the time, so I can't post anything. This last time I got in Facebook jail, it's because I said if you actually shoot your own kids, then a school shooter can't actually shoot them. So you kind of solve the whole problem. Not you, baby.
I like the dark. That's a dark joke.
He moved the camera off.
I could always respect the dark joke, but that's like, ooh, yeah, they gonna put the metaverse is gonna kick you out of that one.
Facebook was the start of that, but like you can't say anything on social media anymore.
Oh nah, yeah, you're gonna be canceled. But
There's a few websites where you can say whatever. There's like
Twitter is like it's like right there. It's the Wild Wild West.
well, there's Getter. You can say anything on Getter. There's not a lot of people on that. You can say anything on Gab.com, but there's not a lot of people on that.
Yeah, the ones that you want to see people to say it are the ones.
Yeah.
What about True Social?
Which one is that?
It's Trump's platform.
Oh, my
Is that really his platform?
Yeah, he has his own social media. True. So I mean, it's not doing well, of course, but
Did he start it, or is it like something that he's endorsed?
I think he started it. I don't know how involved he is in it. He's only posted on it once, but
That's
it's
interesting.
been around for like at least probably a year now.
That's interesting because I remember hearing that he was going to do something.
But the
But then-
promo
but then
and like
nothing.
you said, it's not
But then
even
nothing.
popping like it needs to be.
Well, I think people used to think that Getter was Trump's platform.
And it might have been something where all the Proud Boys would go. And then once they are Proud people, it seemed like, because they all, all his fans. But now, since that launch, they may be on there but ain't nobody listening to what they're saying. They're just all having conversations of jump. But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, there's one website that started off as a very it's a very far right leaning platform, cozy.tv, but recently they've started letting far left streamers on there, and they're having like debates and stuff, and it's actually becoming a place where, and you have a prominent far right figure in Nick Fuentes, and then you have a prominent, like a very liberal left leaning guy. I don't remember his real name, but I know his streaming name is Destiny, and these guys could not be anything further than each other.
Exactly.
But they've been going and doing these debates over the last year or two, and now they're buddies, and they're doing like gaming streams and shit. Like, but that's
money.
great. But that's great.
It's fantastic. It's what we need right
Yes.
now, unfortunately.
Definitely. Well, shoot, man, I appreciate you coming through. I know she's getting restless.
Yeah. She's done.
Keep doing your thing, man. Represent for CHHK, the cult. You signed the Illuminati? No. Hey, this is Jet with Pop Austin Media, Tall Kyle, and I'm signing out.
Hey, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate your time. Seriously, thank you.
Hell yeah, appreciate you, bro. Keep doing your thing. Peace.